So, this is me from the fire zone, of course. I don't want to call it a red flag or what do they call it, a black flag or some bullshit flag. There was a bunch of overkill in the situation. There is a lot of destruction, which is true. But when you wait 4 days before you even start putting out a fire, so there's gonna be destruction. So as you see, we're still here. Around us is all still here. The smell of smoke is subsided a lot, but it is what it is. I'm in the middle of harvest, so I still got a lot of harvest to go. 70% of the people in the community have already harvested, so I still got shit to deal with. Put everything on freeze to deal with the fire. So I haven't really done nothing for 4 days. I went and bought a machine to finish the harvest for me. The machine won't be here for another 3 days. So my plants might just be garbage when this machine gets here, so it is what it is. But you learn from this fire is you still see ashes falling right now. You can you learn that you gotta start throwing shit away. A lot of this stuff that we have is just here, be burned up, memories wasted. Turn the sprinkler on for a minute. So we're not out of the danger yet. There's still fires popping up. There's big chances of this and that and all that. So, a lot of people, you just got to do what you can and let ingenuity be your guide. A lot of people lost life, property. A few people lost multiple properties. Businesses and everything, and this community needs a lot of help. But we were spared. Nobody had to make any fire breaks or come over here and do anything over here. Now, let me show you something here. Back inside the property, so I can take this off with one hand here. If I can push through it. This is what's on the other side of the house. This is what people were afraid of. You see this? That is what people are afraid of. This area right here is smack dab in the middle of a brand new school over there. A small shopping center over that way, less than a mile. And all these homes next to all these trees. Okay? If this catches on fire, you can forget about the whole Roseland area, pretty much. Because if these houses catch, that block will catch. Of course, that block will catch. The new school is gone. It'll work its way over there to the other evacuation facility for this community. But as you can see, the sprinklers I installed on the roof covers and encompasses the entire roof. If this wood had caught on fire, I was going to have that sprinkler go 365 degrees all the way around, and the one in the front yard to go 360 degrees all the way around, putting a perimeter around the house of 7 to 8 feet. But 8 feet is not enough the way this fire was going. So I just want to thank the first responders that came and saved most of my town. But I also want to scold you motherfuckers a little bit for waiting so long. I understand the wind was blowing the first night And I understand the rough terrain you would have had to fly through. But to be honest with you, it was a flat patch of land that the house is caught on here. This was not a hillside. This is not a hillside. Those houses burned on the flats. So, you know, a light pole is only so tall. The trees are taller. So you're telling me an airplane can't fly over a lit up city in the flats? Then, you know, hey, maybe I'm the ignorant one here. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But to see a firestorm sweep through homes like that, it reminded me of the pipe bursting and people being burned out of their homes. It looked exactly like that. People say it looked like a bomb was dropped, but no. My little friend, he was here at the house, and you saw in the other video, and I spoke to him, and he barely got out with his fucking life. His mom woke him up. He grabbed the Cherokee, the mom grabbed the Hummer, and they pulled up out of there. They pulled a couple blocks down, you know, like right out of the neighborhood, and he ran back to go get his dad's car, and the whole house was gone. That quick, less than a minute. He could not get back. So, looking at the situation and knowing people that have lost their homes, and you know, my ex-wife, several of her friends have lost homes. People are looking for one bedrooms to just rent for their families to be in. I mean, it's like it's to the point where, you know, if you didn't have any renter's insurance, if you're renting, you're just ass out. There is people handing out money, but it's like, you know, we have a little smoke damage, but that's it. I have a house. You know, I can wash the walls down, and you know, shit, we're good. But a lot of people, I mean, thousands of people, not hundreds, thousands of people are not good. So, you know, with that being said, we need to do the best we can for everybody in this community. And like I said, I don't want to see no damn Santa Rosa strong shirts, and that's bullshit. Strong is what everybody else are. We're stronger than strong. We're united. We're Santa Rosa united. Santa Rosa indivisible. You know what I mean? Santa Rosa together. Santa Rosa all for one and one for all. Strong is what people do when somebody's got cancer, or, you know, or it's a cliche. This is not cliche. America should stop doing that. You know, we got people protesting for social injustice, but someone else is making it about the national anthem, which is racist. And if you really want to look at the history of hate, the Ku Klux Klan, they used the American flag. The Confederate flag showed you what region they were from. So the American flag was actually the flag used for hate, because it was the new flag. It was the uniting of all those other beliefs into one. They used the American flag for hate. It's the symbol for hate around the world. That's why we're so hated. So when you got somebody saying that, you know, a group of people aren't being treated good, in this situation, people's homes and houses were burnt down. They were scared to go to shelters because they are Hispanic, because they don't want to be screwed with. People were scared to death that, you know, ICE is going to be at the, you know, at the facilities, and if your name is, you know, Ramirez or Vasquez or, you know, anything Hispanic, that you might be subject to, you know, scrutiny, and nobody wants to deal with that shit. So people are just, you know, flopping down with other family members, and people are just not signing up for none of that shit because they don't want to be fucked with. My neighbors, literally my next door neighbors, they all went to a shelter. And when you register for assistance in these shelters, the assumption is that you lost fucking everything. Let me show you something. And these people all went to a fucking shelter. See? Their property, their houses, their cars is there, their house is there. They all went to the shelter. They all went and filled out the paperwork for assistance. This, my friends, is what people call fraud. Your house is right there. And yeah, you went and stayed somewhere at the shelter, and yeah, you were displaced. But you could have stayed your ass at home. And there's some people out there who have lost everything, but still, there's going to be funds redirected to these fucking people, most likely. And look, they got all their shit. They got all their shit. The number one reason they left is because the fires we had 2 years ago, their family members lost everything and had to come down here and live with them. So those family members are still displaced, and some of them just moved out just recently. But when this fire happened, they got their shit and got the hell out because they have been through it before. I can understand that. But I don't understand going and getting benefits or trying to get benefits or help when your shit is still standing. When your family's still alive, I'm assuming. I think that's bad. And that's just my personal opinion. And I'm not asking for shit from nobody. Nobody. You know? So, my phone didn't work for a couple of days. People said they were trying to get a hold of me and they couldn't get a hold of me. And, you know, a couple of, people from overseas tried to get a hold of me. And I spoke to them. And I'm okay, Australia. I'm still good, New York. Represent. But it is what it is. We're here in Sonoma County, Napa County, and Northern California need help. And people are finding it hard to volunteer. There's like 100,000 firefighters at my old job. They're all posted up there, and that's one of the command centers. And, my friends are telling me, hey, man, we wish you were here, and you could be running some of this equipment. And I'm like, hey, I could be doing a whole bunch of things, but I'm at home with a sprinkler on top of my house. And then a friend of mine asked me, how come you're not on YouTube? I'm like, I did a few YouTube videos, but there's no fire in the background, so nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to watch videos when I do videos live, and they don't know that I'm going to, I got a very bad connection here. Let me go back over here towards the house. They don't know that, when I'm going to be live. So when I do live videos like this, nobody's watching them. And then when people do watch the videos, there's not that many people watching the videos like they used to. With that being said, I think that's a bunch of bullshit because we all know how many people watch my videos, and it's more than 15 a month. I know that much because I get correspondence from these 15 people a month that watch my videos. And let me tell you, the correspondence is way more than 15 people a month watching my videos. And I understand we dipped a lot because I changed. We've changed. I've changed. I'm an adult now. I don't say shit like I used to say. I don't think the way I used to think. People evolve. And the problem with some people is they expect you to still have that same mindset when you don't. Now, life is about discoveries. A lot of people talk about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Well, what changed Malcolm X from the first Malcolm X to the second Malcolm X? Let's just say Malcolm 1 and Malcolm 2. Now, the original Malcolm X was all black. He was black, better black people. Better. But you have to look at Malcolm X 2. Malcolm X 2 learned that it ain't all about us. It's all about us. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you can be filtered and only see something in that one filter. They take that filter off and you can see the broader picture. And the broader picture is that everybody needs everybody. There is no us and them. It's just us. And the fact that they've learned how to divide people within their emotions, that's what kills us. That's what kills all those who don't have. And the haves and the have-nots will always be because of those divides. I can tell you to look at this and tell you to look at that. And you'll look at these things and you'll see them in the lens in which the filter I put on them. And the filter is wrong. There's no reason for anybody to hate anybody when you look at it. They tell you in every situation that's foul or evil, follow the money. So if things are going on wrong in your world or the fire department hasn't shown up fast enough, you just got to follow the money. Even in this situation, you must follow the money. What's going to happen is all I see on TV is people talking about a lot of money's coming this way. There's a lot of construction work that has to be done. There's a lot of infrastructure work that has to be redone. So what's going to happen? Who's going to get these jobs? Where's that money going? Where's this 5-year plan going to end up at? Because to lose a field this big, because that's what Coffee Park was. Coffee Park was probably a little bit bigger than this. This is like 2-3 square blocks. Right here. You could probably get 1,000 fucking homes in here. Almost 1,000. I'm gonna say 1,000, but you can get, You know, they won't have the same size backyard I got. But it's ash floating in here. But see, picture all this with homes burned. I want you to go outside and stand on your porch and just look out and imagine the only thing there is your porch. Everything else is dust and rubble for about a mile. Just look out at all the stuff that you see. Just erase it from your mind. There's only your front porch, and everything in front of you looks like 1941, the war zone. Burnt out buildings as far as the eye could see. That's what happened. And it happened with no warning. But somehow a fire went 16 miles to get here. No one saw it. How did it get here? Did it ride the freeway? Was it on the train? Was it on the bus? Did it get an airplane? 16 miles is a long way for a fire to travel. Run into a city, run into a neighborhood, and eviscerate the entire neighborhood to the ground. Could have been a low-level nuclear bomb. Shit. We don't know. It's kind of funny as I walk out here and I'm looking in this field here. And doesn't it look like that's been burned? You look like that's been burned too? A little char on there, see that? It looks like that's been burned. That's been burned. Looks like the whole top of this has been singed off. But it looks like, if you look at every one of these little stumps, most of them are black on the tip as if they were burned. It's kind of strange because that is not burned. It shouldn't be burned. Well, it is what it is. Santa Rosa needs your help if you can. If you can't help, then you can't help. Bottom line, if you can't do it, you can't do it. At first I was saying, don't send your money to the same old people we send money to in a crisis, and you hear people not being taken care of. If you want to help out around here, just find something or someplace to send your whatever you're going to send. Just find someplace that you can trust. I can't believe it. There's still stuff floating around here. A lot of people have complained about the air quality over the last week. And I tell you folks, I have extreme air problems when I breathe. I have like the OCD and whatever the fuck they call that shit. I got asthma too, and I have to go do those breathing treatments with the albuterol, and you know, it's like I have to do this in order to breathe. Don't you know some of the best oxygen I've ever had in my life has been this week? I haven't had to use one breathing treatment during this disaster. I mean, it's like, even my ex-wife couldn't breathe. My son couldn't breathe. I mean, everyone else couldn't breathe, but I could breathe. I mean, my brother-in-law said I'm probably going to hell, but I'm like, yeah, I probably am going to hell. because I've already breathed this brimstone and shit. I can already, I can, it's not affecting me, but it's affecting a lot of people. You turn this sprinkler back off. Unplug the water hose. Water these plants. This will probably be the last time they get watered. Or I could just flush this thing and flood it 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 and flood it. But I won't do that. So, I'm just calling you from the fire line to tell you I'm still alive. I know you're disappointed there's no flames in my video. I had to tell a friend of mine, that's why I stopped doing YouTube videos during this disaster, because it does not look like I'm in the disaster. So if it does not look like I'm in the disaster, how then will people be interested in what I got to say about the disaster? And well, I can say one thing. I survived it. Why? I don't know. Maybe God looks after his people. What do you think? I gotta fix all this shit. I'm back in my office now, and I gotta get back into harvest mode. I have stopped to talk to you folks and let you know what's really going on. It is bad here, but it's not as bad as the media would like it to be portrayed and played out. Those people who've lost everything, it is even twice as worse as what it is on television. But from my perspective, here in Roseland, California, a district of Santa Rosa, you look at the map of Santa Rosa, you see us, we're right above it, below it. It is what it is, folks. Thank the real God of this realm, or of this realm, plane, or planet. Thank the real master of our universe for allowing so many people to live. So far, the death toll is at 40, and there's still almost 300 people missing. America has had an ass kicking in 2017. America has been flooded, has been earthquaked, and now has been burned. So we've had the trifecta of disasters. You know, the earthquake and the flood and the fire. I mean, that's the trifecta. Like I said, the one real God has made all this possible for people to survive. And the one true God will make sure people flourish. And the only God will make sure those who have been lost are in welcoming hands. So, I'd like to thank the responders again for showing us that it's more than a job. These people have left their homes, and some of them have lost their homes. These people have left their states and their countries to come here and help us out. It's because what is learned from this disaster will carry on for the next 50 years. What is learned from this disaster will teach people. You know, first of all, number one lesson is do not close the freeway after you tell people to evacuate. That might come into play in the future. Our area was told to evacuate, and if we would have evacuated, we would not have been allowed back into our homes. In other words, if I would have left last week, I would not be in here now. Locations where they tell you to leave, you can't go back. Now, in the Coffee Park location, they let people go back yesterday. We have an army of public utility workers. In different states, it's called something different. So I'm not going to say the name of our public utility because it would just throw people off. Like, what does the three letters mean? So I'm just going to say the public utilities people are here. And there's a base camp. I'm going to put the video up probably tomorrow when I get the video. The video's in a friend's phone. The friend hasn't sent me the video yet, but I'm going to show you the base camp that they built. It's the size of a small town next to our town. And these are all the utilities that are going back in. So I want to say something and ask you folks one question. If there are no fucking houses, why are they plugging up the electricity? Why are they putting in electricity right now? Their contractors are not even allowed to go in there and start assessing, really. They're going to do a financial assessment of the city today, I believe. And today is Sunday. As a matter of fact, the football's getting ready to come on. Yeah, I got to watch the Raiders. And, you know, my cousin has been on the news. He's been talking a lot lately, so I guess that's pretty good. You know, he's a voice now, I guess, because I've seen him on TV doing a lot of talking for the Raiders. Good for you, TJ. Good for you. So I want to say thank you to the people. You know, not the first responders now. I already thanked them and told them that they were assholes, but I still love them. There are people flushing and rushing here to our town to, like I said, to volunteer to help out wherever they can. There are people cooking. There are people, you know, doing laundry. I mean, there are people, whatever you can think of to do to help the firefighters and the locals. There are people from other towns and other cities and other states doing that. Like I said, one more time, I'll give my shouts out to New York. You know, they're in effect. No, wait a minute. New York's not here. That's Australia's here. I'm sorry. New York is not here. Friends of mine from New York were looking for me. I'm here. I'm still here. So that's why my shout out goes to New York, because New York was looking for me. New York wanted to make sure I was good. So yeah, I love you, New York, for that. So, you know, it's been stressful. And our son said last night was the first night that he slept, you know, without having to get up and check. I didn't sign up for the shit to come to my phone because my niece did it, and every time she got an alert, it scared the shit out of her. Because, hey, you gotta fire, run, nigga, you gonna die. Run. You can't scare people like that. I mean, people will get scared to death. So that's how that went. Starting next week, I'm going to try every morning at 7:30. I'm going to get up and tell you how shit is. The 40-minute show I do when I just tell you how things are going for 40 minutes, I don't know if I do that enough. So the only reason I do these videos live now, because it reminds me of how YouTube used to be. You know, how I used to just sit in front of the camera and tell you how I'm feeling, what's going on and everything, and you watch it, you don't, you do, you whatever. But people watched and people enjoyed it. So, like I'm saying, you know, when I do these live videos and I'm looking at the number and it says, no one's watching you, and you sort of say to yourself, why am I doing this? It's because I don't feel like recording a video on my phone and leaving it in my phone until I decide that you need to hear what I said. I don't do that. Well, you're sticking out there. I don't do that. So I want to tell folks again one more time, I love you, stay safe, kiss your loved ones. Make sure you have a defensible space around your home. Now, my ex-wife owns this house, and she's been going off on me because I'm becoming a hoarder. When I say I'm approaching 50 and I'm becoming a hoarder, so what is the reasons why I hoard? I hoard probably because when I was young, we didn't have much. And then people always try to take what you got. Maybe that's why I hoard. Maybe that's why I save shit. Maybe that's why I recycle everything. You fix that. Buy a real board. But I don't know. I just want to look back and reflect on things and tell people that, you know what, no matter how fucked up it is, no matter how bad it can get, just have faith in yourself. Have faith in your community. Have faith that people will get it right and that we are not all at each other's throats, that we're all on each other's minds. So you folks out there have a great day, and may you be safe, and hopefully I won't have to turn the sprinkler back on. Bless you. May the real God keep your family away from all harm.